Dance. Make your body a concert of shifts. Your joints join and set apart as a stretch of elastic. Dance. Move. Each bone till your bones follow no form and your blood follows no one. Jostle between the in-between. Dance. Collapse onto each pulse, each breath, an edge toward death, each step, a reach toward the reborn. Dance. You are a walking flight, a loud stillness, a movement silent in the architecture of an arc of bend and bow. Dance. Shake your core for everyone who has forgotten how to feel. Dance until they remember and submit.
With me is Clyde Scott, the video artist of that piece. Clyde, two reactions when I saw it in rehearsal earlier. I saw the hands fanning out around the dancers, and I thought of Tibetan art, a Tonka or Avalishkiteshvara with all of her many hands. And the other reaction I had was I wanted 3 or 4 different sets of eyes to see it all at the same time, because I kept having to split my attention. How did this come about? I mean, how did this piece in particular come about?
Well, this piece was performed as on part of one of New World's programs called Pulse Late Night at the New World Symphony, which is usually a selection of short pieces, and we do some stuff with DJ and some things with small ensembles. And for this particular evening, we decided that we wanted to do a collaboration involving dance. And so we knew that this was one of the pieces, this short selection by Philip Glass. And so I reached out to Rosie Herrera, who's a choreographer, a local choreographer that I've worked with a few times, and asked her if she wanted to get involved. And so she actually came on board for half of the entire program. So together we worked on visuals for 7 or 8 different short pieces, and this was one of them.
Great. And you've done national commercials and other kinds of art pieces outside of this space, but you were actually directly involved in helping to design and envision all of the AV within this beautiful space. You worked with Frank Gehry and his team to do that. What was the most challenging aspect of bringing this all together?
We started working on this about a little over 10 years ago, I
Yeah.
think, were the first meetings in Los Angeles. At that time, I didn't know that much about video projection.
Wow.
I was
What were you doing at the time?
I was a video director. I directed films and videos, so I didn't have a ton of projection experience, just a little bit with some of the experimentation we had been doing at New World in our old location with a single projector.
Wow.
So I had a little bit of experience, but not a lot, and actually kind of helping design this space and how we use the technology was a really great learning experience for me.
Great. So where's this all going next, whether it's here or elsewhere?
I mean, I think everybody knows that creating visual art pieces and moving art pieces that accompany live music and the performance of live classical music has been around for a while now. I think that what's changed mostly is the technology that we're using for the capture and presentation and manipulation of those pieces. But what's been interesting me the most lately is where we're going as far as generative and interactive art and how that can play a part, because that's
What do you mean by generative art?
So instead of me saying I want to create something that that I'm going to shoot and then I'm going to manipulate it and turn it into something, rather I would write code that has a select set of rules, and every time one of those rules are met, something particular
Something
would
happens.
happen.
Wow.
So that kind of approach to the visual arts, I think, is relatively new, and even more so the kind of wide access and easy access to those tools are making that sort of thing something that is really interesting to me, especially because it's very challenging to figure out a great aesthetic balance. It's fine to know that you want to write this code and
Right.
to kind of figure out how to do it, but then to make something that's aesthetically
Yes.
engaging and really works with the music, I think, is a big challenge.
And if you're not careful, it could become formulaic and
Absolutely.
rather technical as opposed to
Right.
inspiring. Well, this is great. And I was talking to Howard Herring, the CEO of the New World Symphony, earlier today. And one of the things that strikes me is how the diversity of the audience at New World Center, ages, races, people from all over, is far higher than most arts, many in the country. And I dare say that this has something to do with it, that kind of experimentation. So
Hopefully.
thanks for all your work, Clyde. It's been fantastic.
Well, thank you. Thanks.